Morning. Hola. Buenos dias. So, thinking this morning, and taking back in off of last 2 days of thinking and realization. I thought about Shaq. I paused for a second because I was like, well, Shaq and his ability to dominate everything that he needed to do, and he didn't really focus on free throws as much, or it didn't seem like it, or he never really extremely got better at it. I think he's overall 50% free throw shooter. So with that being said, it's about what I was thinking about was life. So self-analyzing life. You have strong points, you have weak points, just by what you've been taught, your perceptions, your surroundings, how you've came from those up until now. You have strengths and weaknesses, and there's goals that you want to meet, milestones you want to meet. There's plans you have, or future things you want to take care of, you want to have, you want to do, you want to be. So where you at and who you are now, for most people, is not who you need to be to reach all your goals and dreams, including myself. So now it's time to self-analyze. Now it's time to figure out, all right, what are my strengths and weaknesses? And what weaknesses do I need to be stronger? And what strengths do I need to calm down to get to the person I need to get to? And this is not, I had a conversation with someone yesterday about this. This is not saying change your foundational principles. These are saying your habits and your characteristics, your habitual characteristics that you have need to change, because they got you to a point where they ain't gonna get you to the next point. I think about Shaq. I think about Tiger Woods for sure, who changed up. He was already the greatest golf player already, but yet he decided to change up his swing. I think mid of his career ish, decided to change up his swing because it would be better on his body, I believe, and better on a golf course. So you already the greatest, and you decide to change it up? Jordan, already established as a great individual player, decided to change it up to become a great champion. These people already exude greatness, and you and I already exude greatness in certain areas because we've had success in our lives, but we're not reaching the peak potential because there's some habitual characteristic, habitual movements, habitual actions that we do, habitual routines that we do that just aren't great for us anymore. So with me, I'm learning to schedule better. I was always good at not procrastination, but at figuring it out in the moment, being flexible, being able to think on my feet, critically think really quick, and that's a strength of mine. But now I've learned over the last years I need to be better at planning ahead. So still use that greatness of critical thinking so you can make the best plan in the world, and use between 60 to 90% of it is going to work. So that other 40 to 10%, 10 to 40% is going to be I'm going to need that skill of critical thinking on the fly, and all that. But I need to use the planning and stuff for that other 60 to 90% to help me be a better executor, to help me be have a higher success rate. That's just that question. That's just that. That allowed me to be better prepared mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially too. It allows me to track what I'm doing, allows me to see things on a scale, and see trends even better, so I can make smarter decisions, quicker decisions, because I have the information prior to, making that decision. Even more information prior to making that decision. And so, what is yours? I know some people fear is something, and like I have several people around me, and fear is holding them back. They have everything they need in their tool chest, and fear is holding them back. Some people put it in the realm of they want everything to kind of line up or see it lined up prior to it happen. That ain't gonna happen. Some people say they try to protect their feelings by thinking about all the worst things. So thus then they're like, oh well, I don't go that far because these things can happen. All these bad things can happen. Well, a lot of good things can happen too. And then some people they try to protect their themselves from worrying a lot. And I'm like, but you gotta face that fear immediately head on, because who you are now is not who you were 10 years ago. Who you are now is not who you were 5 years ago. Who you are today is not who you were yesterday. Like, you're growing, you're moving, you're pushing. You've gotten a lot more. You've gotten a lot stronger. You're not an elephant. And that story, real quick story is, with elephants, they tie, and that's why I said the elephants never forget. I don't know how often they do it, but it's a common practice to tie an elephant to a post when they're young and they couldn't pull away, and with a rope, right? A baby elephant to a post where they can't pull away. You tie that same elephant, grown behind elephant, multiple tons, huge elephant, to that same post with that same rope, and he will never try to pull away. Meaning, even though they can yank that post and snap that rope in the matter of just a little twitch, they won't pull away because they remembered so long ago that they couldn't pull away. So what habits are you practicing every day that is your rope and your post? You are a grown elephant now, and you can definitely change your habits. So what habits are holding you back? What habits are holding me back? I know one thing for sure is I am not executing on a consistent basis. So I got to ball down to what's going on with that. One habit I need to do is two habits: get consistent rest and plan. Get consistent rest and plan on a regular basis. Have a plan for the day, because I know my low moments of the day is around between 1 to 3. And in that moment, I need to have action steps. I need to have already planned. So that's that 10 to 60%. Because sometimes my low moment gets a little longer than that. It gets sometimes it stretches from 10 to 4. 12 to 4. Because I wake up early. So in that span, I need to plan already from 12 to 4. Have it already calculated in my schedule what I need to do. So because I have a goal and objective to get stuff done. Because I have a goal and objective already to get things done, I will have motivation to do something. But trying to figure it all out in that moment from 12 to 4, like I say, primarily from 1 to 3, from 2 to 3, but it can stretch to 12 to 4, so I need to be able to plan out 12 to 4 so that it can be easier for me to just jump into it. Because if I have stuff to do, I can power through it. But if I'm sitting there at 12 to 4 trying to figure it out what I need to do, it's not working. So my best time to plan and how to create structure is in the morning, and better yet, create structure on the weekend for the week, because I feel more freed up and less distractions. So on Saturday morning, Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings, using those times to create plans. So that's what I have. Find out your weaknesses and make them stronger. Find out your strengths, or whatever the strengths that you have. My strength is, like I said, critical thinking, thinking on the fly, adjusting. All right, that strength is great, but what do I need to couple it with? I need to couple with planning. If your strength has been protecting yourself and you've been playing it safe, and that playing it safe has gotten you success, but now you realize to get to the next step, you can't play it safe, then it's time to start pulling back those safety nets. And it's time to start going out there and taking a little, not even risk, taking calculated steps to make yourself, to push yourself and to stretch yourself. It's called stretch goals. People call it all the time. Stretch goals. Stretching yourself and pushing yourself beyond the limits that you've put on yourself, because you want more. You want more. You want more. I know you do. You want to live with options. You want to live with a foundation of income, a financial foundation that will allow you to take care of your wife, take care of your husband, take care of your kids. You want options. You can't. Nobody can't tell me that you don't want options. So stop limiting yourself with your limiting beliefs, which will allow. And once you stop limiting yourself, you'll be surprised how far you can go. But hey, that's all I'll say on that. But yeah, find out your weaknesses, find out your strengths. Some strengths need to be dialed back. Some weaknesses need to be dialed up. And not every weakness needs to be put out there. That's why I said Shaq at the beginning of this. He didn't really need free throw shooting. Yeah, he said if he'd have been an 80% free throw shooter, he would have gotten, X amount of extra things. But he's a champion without it. He was dominant without it. He's a first-time Hall of Famer without it. So did he really need it? Not really. It'd have been a more efficient-ish, but yeah. So, hey, some weaknesses don't need to be stronger. Don't focus on every weakness. Some strengths don't need to be strengths. Dial them back. Hey, and as always, recommit yourself daily to love, to God, to yourself, to your loved ones, to mental and emotional maturity, to strengthening yourself, to being the best version. Yeah. And as always, love others, and most importantly, love yourself. Peace.